I believe that God directed Brian, and that's what I call him. He told me his name was Brian. So I refer to him in my prayers as Brian. That God directed him to walk in our doors that were unlocked, and normally they're not. Um, I came down to the church and I talked to him, and I could tell he was having difficulties. Something was on his mind and he wanted to get it off his chest, but he never told me exactly what. And I just counseled him that things would be okay. And we prayed, and he was quite emotional. He thought, or he told me, that people were going to come and pick him up because he'd called various people. Nobody came. So when nighttime came, there was nothing more for us to do but to house him in our annex, because it was Palm Sunday weekend and it snowed here in Michigan. And you don't put anybody out in the snow. So we housed him. Sunday morning, he was there. He was fine. He came in and he was in church with us. My congregation accepted him as a newcomer in the community. But I understand then he went downstairs into one of our restrooms and took out a cell phone that I did not know he had and called 911 and turned himself in. And I don't think he would have done that if he had not been here in church and people affirming to him, as I had the day before, that he was important. And then I believe that God talked to him and told him, this is what you need to do. And he did it. And peacefully he was taken into custody. I think it was 2 or 3 days later that somebody made the connection and told me and said Brian was the man that had killed his girlfriend and left her on the side of the road. We all were a little shocked when we found out about it and whatever, but as I tell my people, we did what Jesus taught us to do. Welcome people, no matter who they are. We don't know what they've done when people walk into a church. You have no idea. You just welcome them. And if they open up to you, fine. If not, that's okay too. And that's what we did. I continue to this day to pray for Brian and thanking God for taking care of him and having him not do something to himself. And I also pray for Ruby Garcia and her family. And I ask my church to do that also.